Bay right here. Entering Winchester Bay. Really super small town on the Oregon coast, south of, I think it's 3 miles south of Reedsport, Oregon, which is another really super small town on the Oregon coast. But no, actually Reedsport is one of the biggest towns on the Oregon coast now. I mean, it's in the top 8, I think. This is the kind of place where that's the Coast Guard station over there. Believe it or not, 3 weeks ago, this place was jam-packed with people fishing for salmon. There were hundreds of people here fishing every day. There goes the Coast Guard helicopter. Yeah, I'll take you through the alley back here. Well, it's not really an alley. I mean, it does have, you know, boat access here. They got a few shops over here. They do have the Sportsman's Cannery Smokehouse and a couple restaurants next to it. They also have this Salmon Harbor tackle here. You know, you got to have your local fishing shop to tell you what to do and all that. They do have one of the largest car shows on the West Coast here every year. You can look up Winchester Bay Car Show. I made a lot of videos of it. Just go to my playlist, you know, classic cars and trucks, and I got tons of it down there. They got a good pizzeria shop. I love this house, see, with that roof like that. I think that's pretty cool. They got a huge harbor down here that pretty much wraps around, you know, the entire place. So there's places to put any kind of boat you got. I mean, I'm not sure how many camping spots they got. I know it's got to be over 500. And this also, the sand dunes, you know, start up in Florence, Oregon and go all the way to Coos Bay. But this is this is probably the biggest spot for sand dunes. I mean, hundreds of people come here for the sand dunes every weekend during the spring, summer, and fall. Not so much in the winter. Like I said, they do have a fishing fleet down here. I'll show you that later. That's something Florence, Oregon doesn't have, is a fishing fleet. They just mostly do sports fishermen. Because the Siuslaw River is so far away from the ocean, but here you know, the harbor's real close to the ocean. Now, during, you know, the summer, every single one of these spots is packed, jam-packed. This one of the has become already one of the most popular camping spots on the Oregon coast. There's a camp host. Not in my opinion, that's the greatest job for retired people. You get paid by not having to pay rent. They might not pay you, you have to clean the restrooms and stuff, but you get $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,500 a month in free rent. So if you're on Social Security, you can save all that money every month by not paying rent. I'll take you over. I'll show you the crabbing dock. They just remodeled it. Man, I drove by there last week. It was like 70 degrees. And there must have been 60 people out there using the crabbing dock. It's about the size of salmon you catch now. Chinook, coho. Know your fish. You catch the wrong size fish, you're going to catch a big, huge fine. Now here's all the other fish around here. I mean, we are next to the ocean, most definitely. Then, of course, we have crab and mussels and clams. There's some people over on that dock crabbing right now. They're gonna have crab for dinner tonight. And it's free to catch them. All right, let's go see what kind of other trouble we can get into. The restrooms here in Winchester Bay are way better than most other campgrounds. I mean, they're good restrooms around here. Like I said, 3 weeks ago, you couldn't have found a spot to park here. Seriously. Hey, look, it's Thanksgiving dinner. You're right, I shouldn't say that. Hey, look, it's Christmas dinner. And of course, they got fish cleaning stations everywhere, so. And crab cleaning stations. There goes someone out there right now fishing. They're remodeling too. I mean, they're really making these parking lots nicer and look at that bird. It's like a small hawk. Right there on the end. Interesting. No, it doesn't like me. Well, I can't zoom in anymore. So. Yeah, that was one of those really tiny hawks, and that crow just came and chased it away. Yeah, so being a hawk, it's a meat eater. And the other birds know it's going to eat them, so they chase it away. When it was flying, it had like a red color underneath its wings. Interesting. Amazing the stuff God has made, I'll tell you. Now, for a town this size, they got a pretty big crabbing season for ships going out in the sea and getting their share of the crab around here during the winter, during crabbing season on the big, huge commercial boats. That's what all this stuff is down here. They got their own semis that show up here. I think they got an ice machine over there for the trucks, and they take all this stuff like up to Newport and have it processed. Here, I'll show you, see. There's some of the ships and stuff. Hey, you guys want to come over to my house for Thanksgiving? I know they're not a turkey, but I'll tell you what, goose tastes a lot better than turkey. I'd rather have goose any day. Wild geese, yeah. I mean, a farm-raised turkey doesn't taste near as good as wild goose, Canadian geese. That's just how it is. Yeah, during the summer, this whole parking lot on both sides, all the way up and all the way down, is solid people camping. Most definitely. It's a beautiful little place. If you like the kind of stuff that's here, camping, fishing, riding your bike around, ATV, barbecuing your dinner every night, you know, stuff like that. A lot of people live on boats down here year round. They live year round on trailers. Now this is the second week of October, so they still got people coming in down here. You got the harbor for the sailboats on this side. You got the camping on this side. They got this cool thing. I like this. For people riding their bike down the Oregon coast now, they got these in every town now. It's tools and stuff to fix your bicycle if you need to repair your bicycle. That's a good idea. Or if you're local, the locals can use it. They do got back there a rose garden memorial to the fishermen who have died at sea here in this area. Look at that person's tent is on top of their truck. They got one of those on the roof tents. Yeah, so you know, like in the fall, they got some of the most beautiful roses right back there next to the office. Now, like I said, they're redoing this whole road. It's going to be awesome. Of course, today is Saturday, so they're probably not working on it. Now, there's the crabbing dock. See out there? They remodeled the whole end down there. It's really nice, that down at the end. Here, I'll show it to you out the window. It's one of the longest crabbing docks on the West Coast. Got a nice park here. Pull over, have a picnic, whatever. I'll show you. I'll pull in and show you the bay here. Yeah, they're redoing this road now. It's all gravel now. Half Moon Bay Campground, 3/4 of a mile up there. Swing you around here. If you want to just come down here and get your free firewood, chop it up and take it to your campground. There's Winchester Bay, right out, you know, the big mouth of the Umpqua River before it hits the Pacific Ocean. I mean, I've only showed you about 25% of this place. It goes several miles back to the sand dunes. Ocean access, I'm not going to show you all that. Look at this wooden boat over here. The old, I love those small wooden boats, handmade. Yeah, I'll jump up top here and show you. This place gets some pretty gnarly storms during the winter because of how close it is to the ocean. Those people are out there crabbing. They got crabbing pots sitting out there. If you love driftwood, this is the place to come to. Or down where you go to the ocean, there's a ton of driftwood in Winchester Bay because the whole place is surrounded by national forest. I haven't even showed you the lighthouse yet. I'll take you up there right now. And the Lighthouse Discovery Center. I mean, for how small Winchester Bay is, they got it going on down here. It took them about 20 years to get it just like it is now. someone realized tourism is the way to go. I mean, this place brings in more tourist dollars, and there's only one convenience store here. Everybody goes to Reedsport, 3 miles north, to the Safeway grocery store. So if you need groceries, you stop at Safeway on your way down here in Reedsport, Oregon. They got a second grocery store in Reedsport also. Even if you don't want to fish, this is a great place to come camping and hiking and ride your mountain bike. Or just go to the beach and hang out during the summer. This is good for us who live on the Oregon coast. Most people come here, and as soon as it starts raining, they immediately leave. Like people from California, Nevada. Now look at how many people are camping here right now during the rain on a Saturday. Look at this. They don't care. All these people are mostly from Oregon. They don't care what the weather's like. They also have the Coast Guard station here. They got Coast Guard family housing up here. Now check this out. They got 2 or 3 camp hosts up here. How'd you like to be a camp host here? Up top by the lighthouse. Now there it is right there. You can hear the ATVs and see them down there running around. There's the lighthouse. It's probably one of the smallest lighthouses, but I came here in the dark once and made videos of it on this channel. Like I said, the sand dunes go several miles all the way down by that road. You can camp right on the sand dunes if you want to. And then of course, they got ocean access all the way up and down there. They also have a lake at the bottom of that hill and a park for the kids to go trout fishing. And you can hike all the way around the lake on a trail. But there are trout in there. I see people catching trout out of there. So that's good for the kids to go fishing, bobber fishing or whatever. I love those windows on the top. See those camp hosts back there? Those people are professionals. This ain't their first rodeo, I'm sure. once you've been camp hosted for, you know, a while, you can, and you're out here full time, you can pick and choose what you want and just wait for the thing to come available. Some people, they'll spend, you know, like 5 years waiting for a sweet spot like that, and then they'll stay there for like the next 10 years. And just live here. And then, you know, they got money in the bank. The wife has Social Security. The husband has Social Security. They live up there on about $1,500 a month, no rent. Work about 25 hours a week each. And that way you never touch your savings. You can just easily live off your Social Security and do whatever you want in this whole area. And when you get a spot like that, they let you stay all winter, see? Because they don't want to lose you for the rest of the year. Now, if you turn left back there and keep going all the way down, you know, that would take me another half hour on this video to show you, so I'm not going to show it to you. By the time you come here next, you know, spring, this road will be all brand new. It'll be beautiful. They also have what, yurts? Now, see that little wooden cabin? They don't have yurts down here, that I see it, but they have little tiny wooden cabins you can rent like a yurt. They're better than a yurt. They're not canvas, they're all wood. Now you can go down there. They got like 10 of those cabins down there, but that's where the higher end class motorhomes stay down there. They do have a real fancy, expensive place, you know, for your $500,000 motorhomes down there. That's just how it is. That's what I like about this area. They have different sections with different prices. And that's the office, where you can go in and register, ask questions, whatever. It's a nice truck camper. A lot of people fish for salmon off this bridge when the salmon are running. Okay, that's basically about all I'm going to show you right now. This road right here, from where I turned all the way down as far as you can go, for that car show, is solid classic cars and trucks. On both sides, 2 rows, not just 1 row. There's so many, it's 2 rows. There's over like 500 classic automobiles. Now you think about that, I mean, in a town this size, there's that many people, you know, within a couple hours of here that have 500 classic cars, you know, to bring up here. That's amazing. I know a lot of people from Florence come down here for the car show and display all their cars. That's the store right there. That's the only store they have in town here. happy campers. They also got a few, like 2 or 3 RV parks. See, there's one. A lot of people live there full time. But I'm sure you can camp there. If the camping's full down there, you could probably get a spot in one of these. You go 3 miles this way to Reedsport, and then 23 miles north is where I live, Florence, Oregon.